Harris Playground.
Hooray!
This is the Deron Harris Podcast. Here's your host, Deron Harris.
Hey folks, what's up? Welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Deron Harris. This is my podcast. How you feeling? Hopefully you guys are doing good today. My week has been not the best. I had to put down my Great Dane. I'm sure you've heard me talk about it before if you've listened to me. But I had to put my dog down, and it was very hard for me and my wife. And I'm coping. I'm trying to cope. I'm trying to deal with it. My mental health has definitely taken a hit, but I exercise the things that I talk about. I exercise all of the practices that I wanted to use to help myself gain the upper hand on my mental stability. So I'm happy to report that even though I've had a bad week, I didn't spiral off into some sort of hole where I'm not wanting to come out of. So with that being said, how you feeling? Hopefully everybody's week was good. I do hope you had a good week. Today I'm talking about some craziness. I'm talking about the Brazilian butt lift, y'all. I mean, is America still on it, or is America off of it? Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Is it a self-esteem booster? Is it something to try to boost clout? What is it? Is it good for you? Is it bad for you? What is the Brazilian butt lift? Well, if you are unfamiliar with the Brazilian butt lift, which if you are, you're probably locked in a fucking cave somewhere, but if you're unfamiliar with the Brazilian butt lift, it's a lot like a boob job, but for your ass. That's all it is. They take silicone implants and they make some incisions and they stuff them up your butt, right up the cheeks, and they fatten up your cheeks. The problem, it looks, for some people, they say it looks good. For me, I've never seen one that looked good. That is just my opinion, and I'm sorry. I'm not trying to down the people that have had these procedures done, but for me, I've never seen a Brazilian butt lift that looked natural. I don't care what doctor they say did it or where they say it came from. I've never seen it. I'm sorry. And a lot of the reason that I think that they don't look good is because there's a lot of special attributes that go into some ass. I'm just going to put it like that. And a lot of it, a lot of it is especially the perfect, like what you think of, like my wife, I hate to say my wife has a absolutely magnificent posterior. I will say that. And she, I don't want to say she was born with it, even though she was born with it. But the thing about it is it always looks proportionate. And the reason why is because she maintains it. She tries her best to maintain it. And because of the practices that she has decided to implement in her life, like a healthy diet, going out and working out every morning for at least 30 minutes. She does these things. She watches her diet for the most part. We crack out every now and then on some good, greasy food every now and then. But for the most part, she decided a long time ago that she was going to take this matter into her own hands and make sure that her body was up to the standard that she wanted it to be, not just for, to be eye-catching to men, but to be eye-catching to herself, which I can appreciate the shit out of it, because what I got out of the deal is a dime. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who has not only a great body, but a work ethic to match that. And that's really kind of hard because people get these things for all different reasons. And they get these things thinking that they are the end all be all. And the same thing with a breast job. Some of these people, and I'm not saying it's everybody, and please don't, group me into that group of people who, I'm just saying the people who get these things for cosmetic shallow reasons, because I don't care what you say. If you're going to get a butt lift, it's because you are unhappy with the fact that you don't have an ass, which is understandable. I could get that for some people, but instead of going out and doing the work, instead of going out and putting forth the effort, you took the easy road out, which, I mean, I guess it's a little hard to save up the money, but at the end of the day, you took the easy road out. You know what I'm saying? Instead of going in the gym, saving the money, changing your lifestyle a little bit, eating a little bit less, or just making a positive effort. I'm not fat shaming and I'm not body shaming anybody, but making a positive effort to be the person that you really want to be, as opposed to Willy Wonka in some shit and slapping some shit on just to kind of, looking like Optimus Prime out here on some Transformers. I don't get it. I don't understand it. It just doesn't. Had to let the ambulance go by. That was probably one of the jobs gone wrong, but that's another thing. A lot of these things go wrong. People take that risk. People have died, on many different occasions for different reasons. And I say that to say this. None of that cosmetic shit is worth your life, and it definitely is worth putting in some effort. My wife holds it down. And I just turned 54, and I'm starting to feel a little macaroni and cheesy around the midsection, a little buttery, and I need to do something about it. Now that in turn makes me want to do something for myself. Now, I'm not all dudes, everybody, I ain't doing that. Yeah, that's fine. Well, you do what the fuck you want to do. But for me, it has motivated me. Watching my wife take care of herself in the way that she takes care of herself has motivated me to follow suit in somewhat. I don't eat as much meat as I used to. I used to eat 2-3 cheeseburgers a fucking day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That used to be me. I promise you that. And I don't do that no more. I don't eat one cheeseburger a week now. I eat a cheeseburger maybe once every month, every couple of weeks. And sometimes if I skip it, I'm not necessarily worried about it. The thing that I have the biggest problem with is bread and sugar. But my wife, she is, a self-admitted sugar addict, and she does the necessary work to correct that phase, and to the point where she is, starting to weed sugar out of her diet completely. And hats off to her. Hats off. She looks amazing, and she uses food to make and create the body that she wants. She uses exercise to make and create the body that she wants. And I can't be mad at that at all, not in the least, not even a little bit. But the thing I have the problem with is these people that go out and get these BBLs and then come back. They come back like, they supposed to, like everybody else is supposed to just pretend like they didn't have an ass before. Like this week you had an ass, you disappeared for like a month and a half, and you came back with this ass. And it just it says phony all over it. Fake ass all over it. And I just don't, for me, it's a huge turnoff. Not to mention, it shows me that you're trying to be something or someone else that you are not, that you really are not. That's why I never really liked, like somebody who really, got breast implants for other reasons. Now, if you know me, and my wife has had some surgery, but it was to prevent major illness, and she still is undergoing the reconstruction process with her breasts, but it wasn't for any kind of cosmetic reasons or anything. This was a fucking huge monumental decision that we sat here and made to go through this, and she went through it with a smile on her face. But we also knew that things would not be the same with her body, but she is a champion, and she did the necessary work, and she looks, I mean, you can't tell that she didn't have surgery. I mean, you can't tell she has surgery. I'm sorry. And that's what I want to say. It's not about, it's the work you put in, ladies. It's the work, and not even ladies. I used to work in a place in Naples, Florida, and there was a couple of dudes, and they were nice guys. I don't want to bag on them like this, because they was nice dudes, and it was a couple of white guys, but they was cool dudes, man. But they came in, they had their entire body stitched up with fake muscles, pecs, like their whole arms, legs, everything, their entire body, and it looked unnatural. And it really did. They had Botox in their face. It looked unnatural. It looked unnatural. And I felt sorry for these guys in the respect that the place that I was working at was a pretty affluent place. And, there was a lot of attractive people around, and they were out trying to compete with these men who obviously went and put the work in. These guys went and put the work in at the gym to get the bodies that they want, to garner the attention from the women that they garnered. And these guys took the short road and got these procedures done. And the only thing that happened is people made fun of them severely. They just made fun of them severely and far be it from me to take anybody's self-esteem away. But self-esteem is not something that you can have surgically put there. Self-esteem is not surgery, okay? Self-esteem requires hard work. Working on your self-esteem requires hard work and discipline. It's not something you could just pay a dude would gladly take your money and give you what you think is self-esteem, but make no mistake about it, this is not self-esteem at all, not even a little bit. I have one friend, and I talk about her a lot, and to see the transformation that she went through when she decided that she was going to put the work in, to see the way her life changed to me is an inspiration, incredible. There are some things I actually model my own transformation that I'm currently going through now. I like to try and model some of the things that after what she did. Because she was that inspirational to me. She did the damn thing. I got a couple of friends like that. I had one friend down in Naples that she was a heavyset girl, and I watched this girl go through relationship after relationship. Nice girl, had a lot of friends. Well, not like a lot of friends. She had friends, but not like a lot of close good friends, because a lot of people shit on her. A lot of people shit on her because she was heavyset and they didn't take her seriously, and guys used her. A lot of men used her, and she just got to the point where she just shut herself off to the world. She shut herself off to everybody. But she didn't give up, is what my point was. She didn't say, you know what, I make a little bit of money, I can go down here to da-da-da-da, I can go get this such and such and such. And it's not like she had any kind of, disorder or anything like that. She just, was a heavy-set person. And she decided that she was going to go in this place, and she was going to treat her body with respect and kindness, and work it into the shape that she wanted to see for herself. And she knocked it the fuck out. I can't fucking front. And now she's very selective. She's very selective about the people she lets in her life. She's gained a lot more self-respect, a lot more willpower. She's a stronger person because she was able to sit down and discipline herself away from these cosmetic fixes, these quick cosmetic fixes. I've known people who get Botox injections. Oh, they look great for a little while, but then a few months, a couple of years or whatever afterwards, they got to go back and get this fucking Botox injection. And that shit ain't sexy at all. At all, man. I'm sorry. People, want to have full lips, and I get it, man. I'm sorry. But the fact remains, you have to work with what you got. I'm a strong believer in that. You have to work with what you are given. And I try to do that myself. Am I this Adonis? No. But am I a fucking slug? No. Because I care about what I look like for my wife. You know what I'm saying? I care about, and I'm not going to be lazy about it. I'm not going to dismiss it. Because the minute I dismiss it is the second another motherfucker picks up the ball that's already had the ball picked up and running with it, that snatches the attention. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe that's not the case, but that's the way I look at it. You know, and I'm not taking a chance. I love my wife and I want to keep my wife. And not only that. I want to keep my wife in the respect that I want to be around. I want to be around. I don't need to go under some knife. And neither do you. Neither do you, ladies. Neither do you. You don't need to go under some knife to build your self-esteem or to have something that you feel like you need to compete with other women that have this attribute. I mean, you don't need to do that. You know, there's so many people, there's so many stories out there now of women who have decided to reverse this procedure. Yep. This once heralded as, you know, an innovation in cosmetic surgery is now being rejected by so many people. And the reason why is because, for one, it looks unnatural. But another reason, and in my opinion, a larger reason, are the medical implications of this. The medical implications of this procedure, it doesn't look good, ladies. You know, medically. You know, I understand what it does for your self-esteem, if that's what it does, but medically, it hurts you in the long run, and it potentially can hurt you permanently. I'm going to take a break, and when I come back, we're going to talk more about the Brazilian butt lift. If it's worth it, if it's not worth it, is America still in love with it? Do they hate it now? What's the deal with it? Stay tuned, folks. Don't go nowhere. I'll be right back.
Looking for a new podcast? Get our Backstage Pass with Gentry Thomas, who interviews the biggest names in movies, sports, and interesting people in show business. Hear the chats with Jay Leno, Spike Lee, Kevin Costner, Tim Tebow, plus Gentry's classic interview with the great Bob Saget. Get the questions nobody's asking. Subscribe to Backstage Pass with Gentry Thomas, now streaming all episodes on Spotify.
Now, back to the Deron Harris Podcast.
Hey folks, what's up? Welcome back to the show. Today I'm talking about the Brazilian butt lift. That's right, I'm talking about some ass. And whether or not it's some good ass or some bad ass, whether you need to get this ass or you could pass up on this ass, that's what I'm talking about today. My wife is going to fucking kill me. I'm talking about some ass. Anyway, listen, before I left and went to break, I was talking about the medical shit, like the medical part of this procedure and how harmful it can be to you ladies anyway. It's a very harmful thing to your body. Ain't really nothing to play with, y'all. I'm sorry, I quoted myself wrong. It's not like an implant. It's fat grafts. It's grafts of fat. And I think somebody did say at one time that there were some that were actual implants, which I don't get that at all. But they're fat grafts. But the problems with them are there are a lot, and they are unpredictable, and they're going to happen no matter what. Some of these problems will manifest themselves years down the line. The main thing that people have to worry about, though, is infection. There have been a lot of cases where, the graft didn't take. It didn't sit well with your body, and your body rejected it, and now you have this infection. And that, my friends, listen, that's probably some pain you don't even want to think about. I've seen some horrible scarring also. Some real bad scarring. I've seen videos of women crying in pain behind these BBLs that have gone wrong. There's a lot of other things, complications from anesthetics. You could, right there on the table before you even get to it or after it, and you never get to enjoy it. Surgery is nothing to play with. Listen, the biggest problem with BBLs is this. There's a lot of fat. There's a lot of fat being like that they put into your veins. A lot of fat goes to the major organs. That fat goes to those major organs. And if you're not working to get rid of the fat that's already on your body, then you're aiding in your own demise by just adding more fat to your veins and more work for your body to do. Strain, especially if you're not willing to get out there and do nothing to upkeep it. It would be one thing if, all right, you had something happen to you and this was one of the ways that you could recover, and you recovered and you started working out, and all of a sudden you're in the gym with it, and all of a sudden it worked out. But a lot of people, they don't do this. They get it and they think it's the magical end all be all. They get it and they stop doing shit. They stop doing shit. The first time I ever saw it or really heard about it, I saw a picture of Nicki Minaj on stage, and she was sitting on a stool, and she had on like some cutoff shorts or something. It was not important, but she was sitting on a stool, and it looked like literally two asses sitting on this stool, like two ass cheeks, not like on the same side. The two ass cheeks on the same side is what, and I don't understand, ladies. Make me understand. It's the same thing for me as the eyelashes. Make me understand. There's so many things, so many accessories that people put on their bodies when they're already beautiful. They take away so much of that beauty with makeup and chemicals. A lot of women just don't have the self-esteem, and that is our society that has made that happen. That's our society that has forced this idea on these women that they're not pretty enough. And here are some accessories that'll make you prettier than the next woman so that you can attract a man, or so you can be better than all these bitches out here. And that's ultimately what it is. That's what it is. The first thing you have to understand is you're not in competition with anybody. Okay? None of us are. None of us are. A lot of our anxiety and frustration come from us feeling like we are competing against people for the things that we desire. There is enough room and enough ways to manifest these things that we desire. I look at it like this, especially with people and relationships. I'm with my wife, but if my wife decides that I'm not the dude for her, she could get up and haul ass anytime, man. I can't stop her. I'm not going to try to be forceful. I'm just going to let her go. Because that's the only thing I can do. That's the only thing that I should do. But it doesn't mean that I was inadequate. It doesn't mean that I was less of a person. It just means that we are not compatible with each other anymore. Doesn't mean that nobody's going to want her or nobody's going to want me. Doesn't mean that at all. It just means that we are no longer compatible at this juncture in our lives. Period. So stop thinking of yourself as less than worthy, or does she look better than me, or what can I do to look better? What can I do, or how much, what kind of makeup can I put? And I get it, if makeup is your thing, that's cool. But trust and believe, ladies, a lot of you don't need it. A lot of you are beautiful without it. And now we're finding out that a lot of these cosmetic products aren't safe for you to use anyway, because 60% of whatever you put on your skin absorbs into your bloodstream, right? And a lot of these cosmetic companies are making cosmetics out of chemicals we've never even heard of or can't even pronounce. And that is a fucking fact. Not until recently are we starting to really discover this. I mean, all the way down to the hair weaves made out of, certain types of hair that are toxic to our heads and scalps, and that sweats into our bloodstreams, and all these different issues that come about from the beauty industry and our addiction to it, our westernized addiction to it. There are so many people, I can't tell you how many fucking photographs I've seen in National Geographic where this chick is absolutely stunning beautiful and has never seen a car or a building or nothing like that in her life. Has never eaten a cheeseburger or had a chicken McNugget or none of that in her life. Just a naturally beautiful person. Men and women that eat natural foods. Now, Deron, are you promoting eating? Yes, motherfucker, yes. I'm promoting eating better. I'm promoting getting your ass out and doing some work on your body, doing some work on yourself, doing some work on your actual self-esteem. Yes, that is exactly what the fuck this podcast is about. That's what I'm doing here. Ladies, trust and believe. It's inside all of you. It's inside all of you to be this baddie that you want to be. Because trust and believe. Listen. So many dudes is like, listen, I'm looking for a baddie. I want a baddie. My baddie is this because she looks this like these every other Instagram chick that poofs her lips out, gives the back shot as her initial profile picture. You know what I'm saying? Everybody trying to do the same thing. Look at, I want a baddie. Listen, fellas, you know where the baddies is at? The baddies is in school for nursing. That's where they at. The baddies is out there trying to get some food for they children this afternoon or this evening. Those is them same baddies is going to work, working 2 and 3 jobs, making sure that they man has a hot meal at the house. That's a baddie right there. A woman that's home with you, that's going to stay home with you, that wants to be home with you. Not home with you, but secretly wants to be out with the girls or secretly wants to be someplace. That's where your baddies are. Your baddies is getting a mind right. That's where they are. And we too busy looking at shallow shit, knee deep shit. That's what we looking at, y'all. We looking at knee deep shit, men and women. We going and falling for knee deep social media shit. We got to realize that shit is not the real world. It's not real life. Real life is right where you're sitting right now. And what are you going to do to make your real life the life that you want it to be? Simple as that. How are you going to implement that? How are you going to put that forward? How are you going to do that? What pep talk are you going to give yourself? Or what excuse are you going to make to not? What excuse are you going to make to sit your ass right there and eat another fucking Twinkie and eat more Ho-Hos and some more motherfucking Wingstop and let me get some more fucking McDonald's fries and another milkshake and then let me go get this BBL and call myself a baddie? Is that what you're doing? Because I'm gonna tell you one thing, and then I'm gonna jump the fuck up out of here. I'm gonna tell y'all one thing that none of these people out here having these medical procedures ever account for when they have these procedures done. The one thing that they never ever account for is one day gravity is gonna get that ass. Gravity gonna get that ass, and it's gonna drag your ass down to the motherfucking ground. That BBL you got, it loses mass. It loses a little bit of volume, and shit starts poking out that you don't even know is supposed to poke out. Shit took that didn't even take, and the other shit didn't take, and it starts looking dimply and all kinds of bullshit anyway. The procedures that you're having are not all they're cracked up to be. The shit that they're selling y'all pipe dreams of beauty. When a little bit of discipline is still more sexy than any of that shit could ever be, ladies. My wife is disciplined, and that shit is sexy, man. You know what I mean? It's also like fucking, embarrassing because I'm like, all right, I need to get my ass up and at least do something. You know what I'm saying? But it's sexy to wake up every morning. She got a smile on her face, a little bit of sweat on her brow. She got a little workout gear on, a little, hey, baby, what's up? She already up when I wake up. Hey, baby, what's up? Bright as the motherfucking sunshine. I'll tell you that. Ain't nothing like it. And the fellas that have a wife like this, you know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I mean. And she does it. You know, she does it for herself. She claims that she does it for me, but she does it for herself. You know what I'm saying? But she'll fight you on I do this for you, baby. And that makes me feel good. And I know she's doing it because she wants to make me feel good. And I love her for that. And I'm always going to stand by her. I'm going to support her. I'm going to jump my ass up. And I'm going to start running around with her. And I have, you know, and that's what I do. And it's another thing that I find so beautiful that we do together. You know what I'm saying? And we push each other. And are we perfect? No. Dude, but I'm going to tell you what. We look fucking good. I look all right in a suit, damn it. I'll tell you what. I clean up real nice. You know, I don't mean to blow my own horn, but I will stand up here and say my confidence level has gone up since I've decided to start putting these efforts in on myself. On myself. A lot of times especially when I was young, motherfucker, yo, he got a bird chest. All right, motherfucker, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I could be okay with that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm healthy. I'm happy. I don't need for nothing. You know, not in the way of love anyway. You know, I am abundant in that respect, and I am thankful for that every single day. And I hope that because we live this lifestyle, the way we live, that we'll both be around for a long time. That we'll both be around for a long time. You know what I'm saying? So everybody, ladies out there, you know, you got your BBL money. Listen, do yourself another favor. Buy a piece of property instead. Buy a piece of property instead. And then go out there and work your piece of property. And you'll be surprised at the body you come out with. Dead ass. Take that same BBL money. Okay? That money you about to go spend on that BBL or the money on them titties or whatever you about to go out and get, take that same money you about to take and go buy you a piece of property. Go out there on that piece of property with your man or your girlfriends or whatever, and y'all go out there and turn yourselves into some baddies. It's going to be hard work, but you're going to turn around and you're going to look, and it's going to be beautiful out there, baby. It's going to be lush gardens, and you're going to be the queen of those gardens, and you're going to have the body of an Adonis. You're going to have a body of a queen of the body. You're going to have the body that you sculpted and you worked on yourself. You know what I'm saying? We go out here in this yard and we sweat. We work. My wife, she don't cut grass, but she want to cut the motherfucking grass. So I let her. You know what I'm saying? The lawnmower bigger than she is, but she gets out there and she pushes it. And she got the muscles in her legs to prove it. She got the ripples in her stomach to prove it. All that stuff is starting to come around again because she had surgery and was down for like 7 months. And she coming back strong as ever. Strong as ever. Stronger and more motivated. And that's what I hope this is, ladies. I hope that you find new motivation. I really do. I mean, I really do, because those procedures are not the way. They are not the way. They hurt your beautiful image anyway. You are all beautiful, okay? You are all beautiful. God didn't make no ugly people. Remember that, okay? You are all beautiful. Don't let nobody else tell you that. Don't let no man and nobody smirk or nothing. Don't let nobody tell you that you ain't good enough. That she all right. They could say it, don't let it get to you. You don't have to let it get to you. All right? You turn that energy in on yourself. You turn that energy in on you and your finances. And that right there, ladies, that is a baddie. Okay? Forget all these BBLs. Forget all these augmentations and jobs and implants and injections and forget all that and treatments and forget that shit. Ladies, forget it. Wake up in the morning, wash your face with some clean soap, brush your teeth and smile. Okay? I want to thank my wife for being that baddie. She really is, for being that baddie with the beautiful hair, the wonderful smile, with the fatty. You know what I'm saying? I'm thankful. And in the very next sentence, I'm going to thank my parents for giving me this mouth and for giving me the brain that I have to talk the shit that I talk. I want to thank my producer for just being a man and coming through and letting me know that there was an issue with the earlier episode of the podcast, and his quick thinking in order to fix the situation. Thanks, homie. I appreciate you. I want to thank Gentry Thomas for giving me the platform to do my thing, who just had a birthday last week. Happy birthday, G. Appreciate you, man. And I, of course, last but not least, want to thank all my followers, man, and all my listeners, people who have listened from the beginning, people who have listened and now follow me on social media, which you can also follow me on social media if you want to, because I do shit on social media too. I am on Instagram as Deron T. Harris Comedian, or Deron T. Harris Comedian, the same name you can see. Just type Deron Harris, DeronHarris. You'll see my ass with a beard and some sunglasses. Just, and the same thing with my my YouTube and my Facebook, and I think I have a TikTok where it's Deron motherfucking Harris, and it's spelled MUFUGGIN, something like that. So if you want to follow me on social media, please join me. I do a lot of crazy shit on there too, and I interact more on there as well. So if you guys want to interact, feel free. You can leave me a DM, you know, if you want to hear a particular topic. If you got a particular gripe about some shit that I said that you don't like, let's talk about it. I want to talk about it. I want to talk to my people, man. I want to talk to the people out there. So if you're listening, get at me, man. Let me know what you let me know what you're feeling. What's on your mind? I don't care what it is. If you got a critique from me, I don't give a fuck what it is. If you want to tell me, fuck you. Listen, and the reason I say that is because a long time ago, there used to be this public access channel. There used to be a talk show on this public access channel that I used to watch called Batman's Talk Show. And it was this guy, he used to dress up as Batman. And people used to call this dude's channel and literally shout the most obscenely absurd shit at this dude. And he would just be as cool as a cucumber. Okay, thank you very much for calling Batman's Talk Show. I'm Batman. Who's next? Caller. So you can leave me whatever you want to. All right, folks. I read them. You know, my producer helps me go through them. You know, he highlights the ones that I might miss, and we sit down, we chop them up, we talk about them. All right. So until the next time, folks, which will be next week around the same time, y'all have a great week, man. Maintain your mental health. You know what I mean? I love y'all. Appreciate you, and I'll see you next week. Peace.
You've been listening to the Deron Harris Podcast. Subscribe to the show, give a good rating, and everything you need to know is at DeronHarris.com.